closer to justice for the Giles family. Two 16-year-olds accused of starting the fire that killed 5 members of the same family will now be tried as adults. This is our first look at those 2 suspects who now face 60 felony counts.
There is a third, a 15-year-old suspect, still being charged as a juvenile. And today, what is left of that charred house was torn down. Number 7's Gary Brode reports.
These 2 16-year-olds just became adults in the court's eye, and they're now facing dozens of charges in the August house fire that killed 5 people, including 2 children.
It's a crime that even many adults would never think of committing, right? So I think anybody who can come around to committing that deserves to get the book thrown at them.
Kevin Bowie and Gavin Seymour, both 16-year-olds, are facing charges for a fire that killed Jabril and Aja Joel and their 2-year-old daughter, Kaja, along with Jabril's sister, Hassan, and her infant daughter, Hawa. Amadou Jang says every time new information is brought to light in the case of his friend's murder, he relives that horrible night.
We just go right back to that day. It's as if it had just happened. I know it's the way I felt when we got the information on Wednesday. I remember going to bed at night just feeling confused, right? It was just, why would this happen? Why would it happen to GB and his family? And then why would this crime be committed by such young kids?
Bowie and Seymour are being charged with 60 felonies, including first-degree murder. A 15-year-old was also arrested and is charged with 47 felony counts. His name has not been released, as his case will be referred to the juvenile courts. But the district attorney is requesting that he also be tried as an adult.
There is a lot that still doesn't make sense. And I think until we have answers to all of those questions, then we still are a long way to go in this process of healing.
Jerry tells me now the police claim that they have the people responsible for the fire. The family and friends now want to know the how, and maybe more importantly here, the why. Reporting live here in Green Valley Ranch, Gary Brode, Denver 7.
Such a tragedy.
I wonder where Black Lives Matter was. Where was Black Lives Matter at this time? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Just want to know. Just something I just would like to know. Two teens to be charged as adults in arson that killed 5, including 2 children. Denver DA will ask judge to move 15-year-old suspects to court. 2 16-year-olds will face, 2 16-year-old boys will face murder charges in adult court in connection to a fire set at a family home in Green Valley Ranch that killed 5 people, including an infant and a toddler. Prosecutors on Monday filed charges against Kevin Bowie and Gavin Seymour, both 16. Denver District Court records show Denver's District Attorney Beth McCann's prosecutors will seek to charge a 15-year-old suspect as an adult, but will ask a judge to transfer the case to Denver District Court from juvenile court. This is something, man. 5 family members: 29-year-old Jabril Doyle, 23-year-old Aja Doyle, 2-year-old daughter Kajia, 25-year-old Hassan Doyle, and her 6-month-old daughter. Awibe died in August fire in the 5300 block of North Truckee Street. 3 others living in the house escaped by jumping from the 2nd story, but were injured in the fire. Boo and Seymour faced 60 charges, each in connection to the killings, court records show. Though details about the incident remain unclear, their charges include first-degree murder after deliberation, attempted murder, assault, burglary, arson, and several sentencing enhancement charges. If the case against Bowie and Seymour continued in adult court, they face harsher potential sentences than if cases were filed in juvenile court. Juvenile convicted on murder charges, even if charged as adults, cannot be sentenced to death or life without parole. Instead, a juvenile convicted of murder faces a maximum of penalty of 40 years imprisonment with the possibility of parole. Prosecutors can immediately file charges in adult court against juvenile suspects who are at least 16 years old, though suspects can argue at a later court hearing that their case should be sent back to juvenile court for suspects younger than 16, like the 15-year-old arrested in connection to the arson homicides. A judge must first approve the filing of the case in adult court after a hearing. Police arrested the 3 teens on Wednesday in connection to the killings, though they didn't identify them. Tanya Boy, a 23-year-old woman who is related to Kevin Boy, was arrested 2 days later on federal gun and drug charges. Her arrest affidavit states that the investigators tied her to one of the suspects in the arson identified as KB in the affidavit through phone records. Tanya Boy worked with KB to sell drugs, according to her arrest affidavit, which does not provide further details about the arson deaths. Sad to say we have these hate crimes going on. But it's always been going on. Like I said, I want to know where Black Lives Matter was when this story was still hot and fresh. That's what I'd like to know. This happened in, January 27, 2021. And this kid is Asian too, one of them. This is going to start some beefs, some tension. Some people are going to say, well, see, they're attacking black people. My thing is like there needs to be education. It's not a justification for blacks to attack Asians now. It's not a justification. This is a terrible loss, and the only way to deal with this problem is with education. Blacks and Asians have both been persecuted by white supremacy. And by education, showing that they both work together, Asians and blacks got along. It's just white supremacy got in the middle and had them at each other's throats, as it's done with many other non-white ethnic groups. Read these comments. I wonder if they put a hit on the wrong person or people. 5 people died, the most horrible of deaths. We mourn their loss. No attempt at justice can ever bring back these innocent lives. May the killers rot in prison for the rest of their days. Pretty much they are. And it's sad to say that there is not going to be any mercy with those black inmates. No mercy. Prison, all those stories about prison rape is true. 16 years old and they will never see freedom again. What the hell were they thinking? Sickening to think 5 people died so horrifically. Oh, here's one stupid person right here. You've already co-signed them to perpetual imprisonment without benefit of a trial. What are you thinking? Just shut up. Low-key racist. Boys will be boys. Here's one person talking. Thank you, Governor Pelosi, for the abolition of capital punishment. In time, these final lads will be eligible for parole and coming to a neighborhood near someone. The death penalty wouldn't apply to criminals under 18 anyway. Hopefully they will be petrified for life when they see bar soap. Okay, here's another one. If Tanya Bowie can be charged on accessory to relation to the arson and murders, do so, but drop the federal cannabis charge now. What? Nobody's talking about weed. This is a sad case, but racism is alive and well, and it's going to get worse. Black people need to wake the hell up, okay? Don't be saying Democrat or Republican. You got racists on both sides. It's the same party. Black people need to wake up and start acting accordingly. Start protecting yourselves. Surveillance cameras, call the cops. Someone's trespassing in your yard, in your place, call the cops. Baby died in this fire. A baby. Whole family. And a 6-month-old baby died. Take this personal because I have kids. I take this very personal, and I hope they are punished to the fullest extent of the law. And everybody involved. Everybody. If they find more, get them. Good morning. How you doing, Stoic? How's everything? Good evening, Facebook user. I can't see your name. All right, that's all I got for now. On to the next story.